Ukraine says if Russia tries to invade from Belarus again, this time, it's ready, with presents.
Here's a summary of the article.
Northern Ukraine. The Ukrainian military has been conducting drills near the country's northern border with Belarus, aimed at showing preparedness to defend against any repeat of Russia's land invasion across that border. CBS News visited the maze of trenches that Ukraine's forces built close to the border after Russian troops crossed over from Belarus as part of their failed push to capture Kyiv last year. One of the Ukrainian commanders there said his troops were fully ready, adding with a wry smile that they had prepared a lot of presents for any invading forces that might try to cross the border again. A call sign wouldn't give details about those presents, but he made it clear that, unlike 12 months ago, Ukraine has a fortified border, capable of stopping heavy equipment and even light armor from trespassing. CBS News watched as a soldier used a reconnaissance drone to scour the skies and the border for any signs of trouble. Several Ukrainian units are now spread across the 650-mile frontier with Belarus, but they have yet to detect any new mass mobilization of Russian forces in the neighboring country. US officials are also watching what they say is a regular flow of Russian troops and hardware in and out of Belarus, but no signs of a new buildup there yet.
This post received a score of 39,000, with an upvote ratio of 89%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
They're so considerate, even of uninvited guests.
When I was in the army, I went to a school where we did a tabletop exercise war game for a few months that had us planning to stop a Russian attack in the vicinity of Lviv in western Ukraine and then transition to a counterattack and eventually peacekeeping once the Russians had been driven out. The operation we were carrying out was codenamed Operation Unwelcome Guest.
As someone with absolutely zero military experience, and way too much time in 4X games, that sounds like fun. Was it at all fun to be a part of that type of exercise?
Yes and no. I definitely had times when it was really fun and I was enjoying myself. I also had days where it was a drag. Goes both ways.
What you gotta do is find the exploits in the system. Like when ARMA players need to do teamwork exercises in Bohemia Interactive's training environment. You see, Colonel, by reinforcing my forward units with infantry armed solely with javelins, I get both the hard attack and flanking buff, while negating enemy small arms by casting Steel Ra'an on their position. I also use my psychers to break their leadership.
Corporal, you failed your psychic check. Your entire unit is now dead. Go field day the headquarters.
But I have the Necropolis ability. They come back as zombies with even more health and damage.
Greater than once home to about 70,000 people, it has been virtually razed to the ground. This is how Russia saves Ukraine from phantom Nazis. By destroying Ukraine. This is just one of the reasons Russia is a pariah, and will be for at least a generation at this point. Just an amazing waste of human life and resources to satisfy an ego filled with nonsense. Incredible.
Yep. Also why the defense of Bakhmut is so strong. Russia has outright said their strategy is to destroy every single building in town. War crimes be damned. Pulling back from Bakhmut means the next city will be leveled.
Troops will have to pull back before they are encircled. Dying of starvation does not help the next town.
They already did a withdrawal of all their armor and heavy weapons as well as their regular troops. They just have a rear guard unit left in Bakhmut today holding off as long as they can. I wouldn't want to be in that guard unit though. They may be the type of heroes that made Mariupol so famous for the suffering they endured.
Nobody knows what exactly is left in Bakhmut. And for good reason. Sure, I wouldn't be surprised if they all are retreating, but these guys are very cunning. And they also know how to fight the information war. All I know is whatever they are doing, it's pre-planned. And so far the city fulfilled its purpose as a massive meat grinder. West is a lot of high ground, so I don't know what Russians expect once they have the city.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.